Alright, I've been procrastinating on this for too long. Okay, I made a PowerPoint. This is kind of funny for a video concept. I started making PowerPoint and I was like, this is actually kind of fun. So yeah, PowerPoint, kind of want to talk about the new logo there. It sucks. I do understand the rest of the Microsoft logos, but like, why are these curves here? Like, why does it curve around? Just go straight, please. I don't mind this curve, but please go straight. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay, it was September. I was thinking about various things. I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point. But I was considering doing Inktober throughout September, and I'd also gotten a drawing pad in September. I'd like to get better at using this because I kind of suck, and that's kind of apparent early on. This is a kind of cool thing. I don't have time for drawing, so let's make time for drawing. Little did I know, not having a time for drawing is actually a bad thing if you're trying to do Inktober. Alright, day one. And before I even found a list to what I was doing, I opened up my subscriptions, and there's a video from Emran doing Inktober. So I was like, whoa, this is cool. And through that video, I discovered that there's an actual list. I didn't know there was an official list. I was just going to go into Hoyo Lab and find something there, but yeah, we've got an actual list, so I was like, let's do this actual list. So let's get into it. Day one, moustache. And then, I guess, a couple references I kind of used. My first thought was to try and was King Navia from the very limited time event in Genshin. I thought that was kind of funny, so I kind of wanted to draw it. Note to self, if you're trying something out for the first time and you think you're bad, don't choose a Genshin character. Or you get this. This is after like an hour. I was up at like, I started at like 11 PM and about midnight, or like half an hour after midnight or something. I don't know. I started really late and I went into the next day, and this was all I'd managed to do on this drawing tablet. So to make it not look horrendous, at least, I decided to use a bit of Photoshop, combine it with the Navia head sprite, and it doesn't look horrendous, at least. I think this looks partially acceptable, even though obviously I didn't draw the parts that look acceptable. But it looks like it kind of fits, so I'm not too mad. Photoshop's still artistic. Alright, now we move on to day two, and there's a big spider warning for this. I'll probably edit in the timestamp here to skip to if you would not like to see spiders at all. Because day two, it was weave, and I was thinking spider webs. And now, instead of showing you whatever reference I used, because I don't remember which one I actually used, I decided to get up from my chair, walk around for 2 minutes, and take photos of all the dead long-legged spiders I found in my room. Yes, there are spiders everywhere. Can I see one now? Yeah, oh, no, they seem to have moved. Anyway, it's dark, so it's like, I don't have got light off, so I can't exactly see them right now. But then I ended up making this, which I was actually kind of proud of. I didn't hate this. It didn't, like, you'll probably notice I'm not putting too much effort into these drawings as we go along. Once again, I didn't have time for drawing, and I didn't exactly make time for drawing. So, we get what we get. But I like this. It kind of fits my style a little bit, and it was spooky Halloween, blah blah blah. Alright, day three. Yeah, day three was the crown, and I was like, went back to this and was like, maybe I could just expand on this. But then, my other thought was, I got that far in, I got to that just head thing in like an hour and a half-ish. I'm not spending that much time trying to expand on this drawing, so I ended up thinking about the "you dropped this king" meme. And then I drew that and made a meme out of it, so that was kind of fun. I'm sure I used something to reference the hand there. And then the crown I just made up, I think. So that was fun. I also kind of like this one, so. Moving on to day four, and this is where we're with Murky, and this is where time kind of became an issue, even more. And my kind of idea to alleviate this time crunch that I was failing to meet was to decide to start making an Inktober Pokemon team, starting with Murkrow for the prompt Murky. Therefore, we have Murky the Murko, who will murk people if left alone. So maybe don't leave this Murko alone, guys. Either way, on to day 5, where I believe I continued the Pokemon. Well, kind of. Day 5 was Deer, and my first thought for Deer was Llama from Genshin. I mean, Nodcry is kind of recent, and that was kind of my general idea, but obviously I thought it was a bad idea to go on with a Genshin character. So I then started thinking of My Little Pony, and through that kind of track, I also ended up realizing that Doe is a kind of deer, and like, Yehuda was just calling her Jane Doe before, but then she changed it to Llama Doe, and Doe's a type of deer? And I thought that was really funny after I realized. So then I started looking up the deer from My Little Pony, and also I was thinking of Dealing from Pokemon, because obviously. So then I grabbed a base from like a My Little Pony reference base thing. This isn't the exact one, but I couldn't find the exact one, and made Llama Doe. I made Llama into a My Little Pony character with the Dealing signature stuff. I made the Frostmoon Scions, the cutie mark. Obviously the horns could probably be way better, but I think the hair's okay. And I'm actually find this funny, and I like it. Right. This is such a weird video. Probably talking way too quiet as well, so hello. Day 6 and 7. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I didn't mean it to be like this. Yeah, okay. Day 6 was Piercing, and day 7 was Starfish. And yes, this is where I'm starting to combine days, because that was the only way I was getting this done. Where my immediate thought, I can't even say immediate. My immediate thought was the Starmie in the French anime. So we made a Starmie with earrings. Day 8 and 9, once again, still, like, Starmie was the next addition in that Pokemon team. This is another one where I've gone with day 8 was Reckless, day 9 was Heavy. So my thoughts was the Reckless ability from Pokemon, which increases the power of recoil moves, and just a Pokemon that's heavy. Like Gen 5, they drop down, they make that heavy animation. So I went with Embor, because it gets Reckless and it's quite heavy. And obviously I was going to go with Flailed Lift. Like, I wanted to draw it using a move that is powered up by Reckless. So Flare Blitz was kind of an obvious pick here. And I made Ash, who's always doing 120% or 2%. Because it's quite reckless and heavy. Yeah. I think this is kind of cool. Obviously, it's not as detailed as it probably could have been from if anyone else was drawing it. But still, I like the way I did the fire. At day 10 and 14, yes, we're skipping days. Obviously, we're coming back to them, but at this point, I'm combining days 10 and 14, because that's how out of hand we're getting. And day 10 was Sweep, and day 14 was Truck. How does this work out for Ink? Well, obviously, I was thinking of a Broom to start with. But then, I thought, what if I made this part of the Pokemon team, and started thinking about a sweep. If you set up enough and you just sweep 6-0, just sweep through their entire team. And then Trunk, I wanted a tree Pokemon. We're going Alolan Executor. And that's where we get Eva! +1, 252 plus special attack, Executor Alola, Giga Drain versus 0 HP, 0 SPDF, Lapras, 410 to 486, 102.2 to 121.1%, guaranteed OHKO. It's using Calm Mind, by the way, in the background. And it's got the sun, so it's even getting Harvest boosted. So, W. And surprisingly, that was actually it for the Pokemon team going forward. This was the full thing. I was planning on getting 6 done. I expected I'd end up getting 6 done. But the future prompts didn't really inspire me in the Pokemon team kind of sense. So now we're moving, kind of backtracking a little, heading over to day 11, where I do Sting. And the reason we're backtracking is because this is where I guess one of these technically could count as part of that Pokemon team. And I probably should have drawn it in there, but this is just the speedrun drawings, where I did something really quickly and moved on. And for the idea for this is Poison Sting from the Pokemon anime. There's always these like little purple lines. So I quickly drew an Ekans and had it using Poison Sting. Day 12. Shredded. And this is kind of interesting because I branched off from the regular path of drawing something. And no, this does not use any ink whatsoever, kind of somewhat defeating the purpose of Inktober, but it's still art. I grabbed this piece of paper and I shredded it, and then I made a snail because I thought that was fun. Shred a piece of paper and make something physical using the shredded pieces of paper. So obviously I essentially threw all that out now, but I've just taken the photo, so I've got the art piece. So I think this was fun and a cool idea. It's a bit of alternative art. Now moving on to day 16, where the prompt was blunder, and I mean you can think of like making a mistake, or I don't know, blunder's a weird word to try and draw. So my thought just went to the blunder policy, which is an item in Pokemon, and I just drew the blunder policy and tried to figure out what it would say. Yeah, that was fun. It was a lot more creative than I maybe would have originally intended. The drawing is very lackluster. However, I think the creativity was cool. Oh, yeah, okay, over to dates 21 and 25. Yeah. Day 21 was Blast, and day 25 was Inferno. You may be able to see where this is going. Yeah, Fire Blast. And it's a pretty distinctive look, so it's kind of cool. And yeah, another speedrun drawing. Where, I mean, I've always loved how Fire Blast looked, and it looks the same in the anime, it looks the same in the games. And I just love that consistency, that they're not just doing like a wave of fire, it's like a specific shape. Day 22 button. I was thinking of these kind of buttons. So rather than drawing, I just kind of used shapes and created a button. Alright, day 23, Firefly. Now this is a bit more creative. Instead of thinking of your casual fireflies, I took a regular fly and set it on fire. I think this is actually kind of cool. I love the eyes as well. I think I missed the little thing below the fly though. Days 26 was puzzling, and I was really puzzled about what to draw on this. So much so that I just took my checklist and drew question marks on it and called it a day, because I was so puzzled how I was meant to go about it. Day 27. Onion. Now, my first thought, Shrek. My second thought, just draw an onion, bro. So I drew an onion. Probably the worst thing I've drawn. Alright, yep, we're at this point now. Days 13, 19, and 28. Day 13 was Drink, day 19 Arctic, day 28 Skeletal. Or Skeletal. And this was where I decided I should just pick up my phone and go back to finger drawing on my phone like I'm used to. And bro, it was so much more relaxing. I should have been doing this from the start. I cannot use that drawing pad, and I mean I can, but I feel like I'm so much better just on my phone. This was the only reference I used for this though. I kind of forgot exactly where the white bits kind of land on a penguin, so I just grabbed the plush thing right next to me. And then I drew this. So you can see the polar bear and the little penguin drinking. It's obviously in the Arctic, and if you look towards the right, some unfortunate circumstances have come upon that creature, allowing the skeletal part of the prompts to shine through. Moment of silence, please. Okay. Day 29. Just a single day. How did that get there? Let's move that out of here. Day 29 was lesson, which honestly, the problem, that thing that just got there before actually kind of fits. Not gonna lie. I didn't draw that though. So, I'm moving on to something else that I also didn't draw with the intention of it being Inktober. It was just something I was doing as part of class. Because my kind of thought with lesson, well, actually, I made this video as part of a lesson in class for media a few years ago. However, for my and then for my actual class, we've been making a book cover, which I was thinking book when I thought of lesson. So for some reason, several lessons have actually combined for me to showcase this Day 29 lesson drawing, which I think I did slightly work on within October, so I'm counting it. I had to make a book cover and kind of put it together. I've bleeped out a couple real names that matter. The rest of it's pretty cool though, and I'm actually kind of proud with how this has turned out. The white part's actually part of it, not bleeped out, by the way. The white scribbles on the blurb. Alright, days 15, 18, and 30. And if you haven't gotten to rank X yet in Legends EA, you might want to skip to the timestamp. This isn't too much of a spoiler, to be honest, that's why I've written minor. Where for days 15 Ragged, day 18 Deal, day 30 Vacant. So my kind of thoughts here was have AZ and L making a deal by like shaking hands. But they're making a deal over a vacant suitcase, so someone's getting ripped off here. I don't really know who it is, but yeah. I've kind of drawn inside Hotel Z with a bit of a... Actually, I probably should have added a different color to the table in the background. But yeah, as you can see, my dimensions are a pretty big weakness of mine. But yeah, AZ and L are making a deal over there. The suitcase is open. It doesn't have anything in it, so it's pretty vacant. Honestly, Hotel Z is pretty vacant, to be honest, though. Days 17, 20, 24, and 31, the final one. As we move on to day 17, Ornate, day 24, Rowdy, day 20, Rivals, and day 31, Award. I actually wasn't thinking Rivals would work while making this, and I only realized it worked afterward. I was going to do something else, which I might still end up doing, but also it allowed, by not doing it on this last day, it saved me a lot of time that I kind of needed for other things. So when I realized that it also worked, I just kept it. My kind of thought was immediately the Idol Awards from K-pop Demon Hunters, because it already fits Rowdy and Award. So if I could make something ornate, then and combine it with it, then that would be good enough. But then, as you can see, I'm pretty sure Idol Awards, like the two people that get selected for the Idol Awards would be rivals by all circumstances. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the way I wanted to make it ornate was by adding something Christmassy, which is kind of funny for Halloween, but I'm doing something Christmassy. So what did I do? And that's by making K-Trina, the K-pop singing tree. The Christmas tree of K-pop is out there challenging the Huntrix for the Idol Awards. So yep, it's pretty ornate, it's a pretty rowdy atmosphere, 2 big rivals, and 1 award. This is a funny video. I did complete it technically. I think I cheated a lot, but I'm not complaining. I finished this challenge in the way that I figured out how. If you really want to see my kind of thoughts throughout the days of the events vaguely, then skip through all Emran's Inktober shorts. I didn't realize how many views those shorts were getting. That's actually kind of crazy when I saw them. So congrats, Emran. Not only for actually completing the challenge, but also like thanks for inspiring me slightly throughout the process. I would have done this, but there's a chance I would have given up if I wasn't continuing to watch those videos. Yeah, that's the end of the slideshow. I'm procrastinating on recording this for so long, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed this kind of video. let me know if you did, because this was weird for me. Yeah. See ya.